first show of 2026. I hope that you had a fantastic holiday season and enjoyed a little break like we did. I'm Jenna Morton.
And I'm Tosh Taylor. And there is something that is ginormous coming to the Greater Moncton area actually this weekend. So our guest today is Michelle Duffie. She is the co-chair of the local organizing committee for Scotiabank's Hockey Day in Canada. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you have a big event that is this weekend.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time because we know you're super busy this week. So thank you for taking the time to be here. Let's talk about the Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this all day. I'm so excited about this event. We started planning it back in April. So we're working with Sportsnet and Scotiabank directly to plan 4 days of really amazing festivities that we want all of Moncton to participate in. So it's starting off on Wednesday, where we're going to have some school visits. I guess just to start off by saying who's coming. So this is a Sportsnet event. So all the commentators from Hockey Night in Canada that you see broadcasting before an NHL game are coming to Moncton. So, the pride of Canada, our little gem, Ron McLean, is going to be here, I should say. Don't go looking for him, though. Is here. We also have the rest of the Sportsnet commentators, Jennifer Botterill, Kevin Bieksa, Kelly Rudy, and Elliot Friedman. And then some other ones, David Amber, Kevin Reed, Ivanka, and Kyle Bukakis. So they're all here doing different events during the week. Then we have on Wednesday night, this is a private event, but we have a draft for the game that's happening on Friday. So I'll jump a little bit ahead. Mm-hmm. So Friday night at the Avenir Center at 7:30 is the NHL Alumni and Celebrity Game. So this is a game where we have the majority of the Sportsnet commentators are playing. So Ron's playing, Kevin Bieksa, Kelly Rudy is going to be on the bench. But they're playing in a game, and then the rest of the roster is filled out with local hockey celebrities. So we have some former Wildcats players like Kelsey Tessier, Ryan Salvis. We have Gardner McDougall, our Moncton gem of the Wildcats, is going to be on the bench. So some like local Moncton names that people have played either in the queue for the Wildcats, played university level. So those tickets anyone can buy. It's at the Avenir Center. We're trying to fill it. So on Wednesday evening, they do a draft, and it's really like playful. So each of the teams will have a captain. I believe Ron's the captain of one team. I think Kevin's the captain of the other. And then they go through and they pick their players on who's going to be on each of their teams.
Sounds like childhood gym class horror.
There's a couple of our local hockey players that are a little worried about getting picked last, but they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
You're on the team.
Yeah, you're on the team. Yes, you're for sure. Yeah. They have a spot. Like they will get picked. They're going to be on the team. So that's going to be really fun. So the game on Friday night is, it's 2 periods. It's not a full game, but it's 2 periods, and we're going to have some, a ceremonial puck drop and lots of things going on. That alumni game is sponsored by Rona Atlantic. So I want to really give a big shout out to our sponsors. I'm going to talk a little bit about them through all of this because we couldn't do this without sponsors. And I feel like I'm jumping a little all over the place, but a lot of these events are kind of intertwined. So another event that's going on Friday morning, Saturday morning, and Sunday morning, the blind hockey team, the Team Canada, is actually coming to Moncton and playing a tournament. Wow. So they're playing at the Moncton Coliseum, again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All their games start at 10 a.m. and they're going to be free. So anyone can go watch. They really want to pack the place. They just really want to showcase blind hockey. It's really amazing. There's actually on Saturday when we do the live broadcast, there's going to be a feature about them as well. Nice. So we're going to learn a lot about blind hockey this week. And it's just amazing what the program does. And 2 of the players on Team Canada are from Moncton.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
I knew one.
Yeah. And so one of them is the captain too, Simon. So we're excited to be able to get them to participate. Thursday afternoon, there's a live recording of the 32 Thoughts podcast. So Elliot Friedman and Kyle Bukakis have this weekly podcast where they just talk about hockey. And they're doing a live recording at Gallagher's Irish Pub on Thursday afternoon. So that's going to be fun for like the true hockey enthusiasts that are really into the podcast. So they get to go and listen to them live.
And is that one a ticketed event?
That one is ticketed, but the tickets are already all gone. So we're limited in space on that one. And again, with our sponsors, we a lot of our tickets went to our sponsors because they've been so great in helping us put this event on. So, and then Thursday evening, we're having a banquet. So the banquet is being held at the Delta Beau Séjour. It's being presented by the Moncton Wildcats. And the banquet will have all the Sportsnet commentators there. They're going to do, it's going to be hosted by Ken and Ivanka. Ron McLean's going to do a hot stove with the other Sportsnet commentators. The Stanley Cup will be there. And so people can purchase, that is a ticket event. People can buy tickets to attend that event. So as I've, working on this behind the scenes, this is, TV production and this sort of event is sort of new to me. And as, we're talking, I'm like, Ron McLean, like he's coming. I'm so excited. And, I just feel like he's this little Canadian gem.
But I'm a bit concerned about Ron being on the ice in the All-Star game. I'm like, have we bubble wrapped him?
Yeah.
He can't get injured?
No. It'll be a friendly game.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a friendly game. Yeah. So Friday is a little bit more of a quiet day. So as I mentioned, Friday, the blind hockey tournament does start at 10 a.m. And then that evening is the big game. I would love to share with the people who are playing in the game. So like, I don't have this list memorized, so you'll have to bear with me as I go through the list. No. But so from the Sportsnet side, we have Ron McLean, David Amber, Jennifer Botterill, and Ken Reed. Then we have, and Kevin Bieksa. Then we have former NHLers Andrew Ference and Adam Graves. Both of them have won the cup before.
Cool.
And then we also have former NHLers Francois Beauchemin and Keith Yandel. So those are the big celebrities. Our local celebrities, though, top of the list, Marty Kingston.
Yes.
So Marty's actually going to play. And Marty's been super involved for this for a couple of months now. He hosted our press conference we had back in November. He's actually going to do the opening at the banquet. And I mean, people just associate Marty with hockey.
I was going to say hockey, Moncton, Marty. They're just,
it all goes together. And so he's been fantastic. So we asked him to play and he didn't hesitate, which is just we're so excited to have him. And then we also have Ryan Salvis, a former Wildcats player, Simon Richard, we talked about them. He's on Team Canada for blind hockey. Taylor McDougall, the current GM of the Wildcats. And I mentioned his dad, Gardner, is going to be on the bench. We have former NHLer Jason Cyrus, and then Kelsey Tessier, Mikael Tem, Jeremy Hanna, John Sim, who's also a former NHLer and has won the cup and has his own hockey school, works a lot with Charlie Bourgeois. We'd asked Charlie to play, but he's going to be away. So instead, his daughter is playing. His daughter, Danielle, is going to play in the game as well. We also have Martin Leblanc, who is the athletic director at the Université de Moncton, who's going to be playing. Actually, I forgot to mention Jennifer Botterill from the Sportsnet cast. She's playing too. And then we have Alex Vigneault, Kevin Glode, Bruce Graham, a former Q player, Trey Lewis and Kylie Francis. They're from Elsie Buktuk. Mac Davis, Eric Thale, Doug Duell, and Dominique Noel. So lots of great players, a lot of recognizable names, a lot of recognizable Moncton names. So again, Friday night at the Avenir Center, 7:30. You can get your tickets on experiencemoncton.ca or directly on the Avenir Center website. And then Saturday, the big day. Saturday's the big day. So Saturday's the day that everyone sees on TV, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's for local, that's for Moncton. That's where we really get to celebrate having the Sportsnet crew. And but Saturday is the day that we kind of get to show off Moncton to the rest of Canada. So for those that don't know what Hockey Day in Canada actually is, it's when all the Canadian NHL teams play each other in their respective markets, with the exception of one, because there's 7 Canadian teams. So one of the teams does have to play an American team, but they are playing at home. So locally, we're starting at around 11:30, and we're going to have a walking parade from the Moncton Market up to the Oval. So that's anyone can join, anyone can come, wear your favorite hockey jersey. We're just going to be walking. Yeah, hockey jersey or sweater.
I'm wearing my.
Yeah, and again, anyone can come. There's no limit. So we're going to start at the Oval. We're going to walk down Main Street. Sorry, start at the Moncton Market, walk down Main Street, get to the Oval where Ron MacLean will be waiting for us. When we get there, we'll have a short opening ceremonies. O Canada, land acknowledgement, and then we get Ron gets onto the ice at about noon, and from 12 until 2, there's some things going on the Oval. We'll have some kids playing some games on the Oval. Ron MacLean will be skating. The other big thing that we have going on is at 1 o'clock, the Université de Moncton's women's hockey team is playing a hockey game inside the Avenir Center.
Cool.
So that's going to be really fun, celebrating women's hockey, which has become so much bigger in the past couple of years. We're going to have a ceremonial puck drop with Jennifer Botterill. We're really trying to get like 3,000 people to that game because we want to break an Atlantic University record of the highest attendance like Atlantic University sports game.
Okay.
So we'd love for people to attend that. And then at 2 o'clock, they go live on air. So on Sportsnet at 2 p.m. until 4, it's going to be live coverage directly from the Oval. So Ron will be skating around. They'll be cutting into different features. I already mentioned the one for blind hockey. There's going to be a feature done. There's also a feature being done on the Timbits tournament because, as hopefully everyone knows, the Timbits tournament started in the Greater Moncton area, and it's actually the same weekend as the Timbits tournament.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they'll cut to a feature on that, and then in between, again, Ron's on the ice, and we're really focusing on Moncton, and we're focusing on hockey in Moncton. And then they move into the hockey actual broadcast around 3:30, 4 o'clock because the first game is at 4. There's another game at 8. And then the last game on TV is the Vancouver game at 11 p.m. And so the Sportsnet team is broadcasting until 2 a.m.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
If someone is looking for something to do,
Right.
we will be at downtown Moncton Place on the Oval until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Amazing. So how do we get tickets to all of these events? You did say tickets.moncton.ca? Experience Moncton.
Experiencemoncton.ca. There's a Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada page where you can find information about all the events I just talked about. There's actually a laid out schedule there. And then tickets, particularly for the NHL Alumni and Celebrity Game and the Université de Moncton Women's Hockey Game. There are links on that website to bring you to the Avenir Center site so you can buy your tickets.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So this event is just so overflowing with amazing activities. Can you tell us a little bit about what you hope the impact is going to be for the community, both during the event and after it's said and done? Everyone's packed up at 2 a.m. and go home.
A couple of things. I think one, we really want to showcase, we talk so much about Moncton being a hockey town, so I think it's an opportunity for us to really showcase that. Kind of things I've already mentioned about how the Timbits tournament started in the Greater Moncton area, how we have 2 players on the national blind hockey team. We have multiple hockey associations here, whether it's Moncton Minor, Louisville Minor, but then we also have CIFA, like the girls' Minor Hockey Association, which all 3 of those associations are going to be really, really involved. Some of them are participating in some hockey clinics that are taking place throughout the week. And you're going to see some of those teams playing hockey on the Oval on Saturday. So you're typically not allowed to play hockey on the Oval. So just so everyone knows, there's an exception being made for that day only. But this event is really focused around kids. And Sportsnet and the NHL, they actually they provide a lot of after the fact, they provide a lot of equipment and stuff to us. Like they're going to leave behind to be able to help kids in need who want to get into hockey, which is also really great. So it's really, we want to showcase that Moncton is a hockey town, that we love the sport, we love Canada's sport, and that we're also we're taking the opportunity to showcase us on a national stage, right? Like we kind of keep referring to that airtime between 2 and 4 on Sportsnet as it's a commercial of Moncton, and so we're just trying to take advantage of that. And we feel that we gave some really good stories to Sportsnet for them to focus on, and there was lots of ideas that came in. People were trying to pitch themselves because everyone has a great hockey story that they want to tell. So yeah, just celebrating hockey in Moncton is the 2 big things.
I guess that makes me curious. how long ago did this process all start, and how did we get Moncton in their eye?
So the process probably started like almost a year ago. So like a year ago, January. So this came through the Events Moncton committee. So it's, if you're familiar with Events Moncton, it's a committee of the city. It's a committee that I sit on. So that's a little bit how I'm involved, because this is not my full-time job. I am a volunteer here. And so Events Moncton's role is to look at bringing events to the city of Moncton that have an economic impact on the city. So, you know, driving business to restaurants, driving business to hotels, you know, and I guess to showcase Moncton. So the World Juniors back in 2023 really set us up for this. Like, if people don't know the whole story of the World Juniors, that kind of came about pretty quickly because it was supposed to be hosted elsewhere and that fell through. And so Moncton and Halifax band together really quickly and pulled this off, and pulled it off really well. I wasn't on the committee at the time, like kudos to that whole team that was involved. But I think on the production side of things, they saw that Moncton is a place that is really easy to work with. And so there was a little bit of like, Events Moncton heard that this event, you know, it goes from city to city every year. The year before it was in Canmore, Alberta. And Sportsnet had also, you know, there was an eye on Moncton. So anyway, both parties started talking, and the Oval is a beautiful place for a TV production.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, TV productions look for great places to broadcast from. So that helped. And as soon as we at Events Moncton heard that we could get this, it was an easy yes, we want to do it 100%, like no question, we were doing it.
Talk a little bit about what it takes to do it. Like you were here as a volunteer. There's a lot of volunteer hours that are going into this.
Yeah. So, I mean, like any other event that the city of Moncton puts on, if we think of New Year's Eve Fun Fest that just happened, that's all run by volunteers, and the city needs volunteers to do things like this. And there's lots of opportunity for people to get involved. And so, yeah, I came on as a co-chair with my partner, Natasha Ostaf. And for a little while, like in the very beginning, it was just Natasha and I and the city working together. And, you know, we're working with Sportsnet, and they do this every year, right? So they kind of have a playbook of what needs to get done. But certainly we had to start bringing in some key people right away. Like we have someone in charge of transportation. We have someone in charge of just volunteers. We have someone in charge of the alumni game, finding the players, making sure we have the right jersey size, making sure we have water bottles and towels. Like there is a lot of production that goes into the event. We have someone planning the banquet. We're doing a silent auction online. We have someone planning that. So the volunteers, we do have a lot of them, probably 100 when we in total. However, it was not hard to find volunteers. People have been so excited to get involved. And so that's been like, that's the really great part of people wanting to get involved. And, you know, I threw a call out for volunteers and had a list pretty quickly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And on top of having incredible volunteers, to do something of this caliber, you would also need incredible sponsors, right?
Oh, our sponsors. Yes. I am going to talk about our sponsors. So first and foremost, Tim Hortons locally were the first sponsor to come on board. They're sponsoring the Oval. So you'll see a lot of Tim Hortons signage around the Oval. The Tim Hortons coffee truck is going to be at the Oval all day on Saturday. So big thank you to them for being the first sponsor to come on board. I already mentioned Rona. So Rona Atlantic is sponsoring the hockey draft and the NHL alumni game. We also have, I forgot to mention, we're actually having a ball hockey tournament also on Saturday. So Main Street in front of the Avenir Center will be closed off for kids ages 8, 9, and 10. We're doing a ball hockey tournament that whole afternoon.
Cool.
Medavie Blue Cross is the sponsor of that. We have Cavendish Farms is the sponsor of our NHL Breakfast with the Cup. Royale Tissue is the sponsor of the Université de Moncton women's hockey game. And then we have some other sponsors. I don't want to forget them all. Sobeys has donated some food. Erman Plumbing has helped. They're the wine sponsor of our banquet. We love our local sponsors.
I want to be a wine sponsor.
Yeah.
Sponsored for wine, yeah.
And then we've had some, the radio, MBS Radio has come on with doing lots of promotions for us and on-air promotions, which is awesome. And then we have some smaller sponsors like Avenir Hearing, Assumption Life that came in with some financial sponsorship, which is amazing because we need a lot of money to run this thing.
Yeah, well, when you're talking
yeah.
about towels and
Yes.
water bottles and like all of these things have cost to
Yes.
them. So
Yeah.
kudos to you guys and all your sponsors because you've done an incredible job.
Yeah.
Well, any more sponsors, the more of those things that are open to the public. Like you say, there's a lot of things that people can come and watch without having to spend money, which is amazing. But there are a few things that do require tickets. So before we wrap up, remind people of the events that they can buy tickets for and how they're going to do that.
So tickets right now, there are tickets to the banquet on Thursday night, the NHL Alumni and Celebrity Game on Friday night, and the Universiteit of Moncton Women's Hockey Game on Saturday. All the tickets can be purchased at experiencemoncton.ca. And besides that, what is free and where we want to see a lot of people is at Downtown Place Moncton next to the Avenir Center around the Oval. We are going to have activations all day long. So again, Ron McLean will be on the ice. The Sportsnet commentators will be taking turns to do autographs. Their broadcast is outside. So their whole booth is outside. You'll be able to see them doing a live TV production. There's going to be, I mentioned the Tim Hortons coffee truck. The Cavendish fry truck is going to be there. We're going to have some other food trucks. Cavendish is doing, I think they're building some ice sculptures. Rona's going to be there with some tents doing some promotions. Scotiabank, of course, is going to be there. Actually, the whole stage is going to be a warming zone put on by Scotiabank with some nice chairs, some heaters,
An outdoor broadcast.
some TVs because we want to watch the broadcast as well. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on there, all starting at noon and again going until 2 a.m. So if you don't have anything to do on January 17th, come hang out with us.
Amazing. So many of Moncton will, I am sure of that.
Yes.
Michelle, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for volunteering to bring
you.
something like this to our city, because the more things that happen like this, the more things like this continue to happen to our
It's a
city.
snowball.
Yeah.
It is.
Fantastic.
And it's been fun. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you for watching and listening. And a reminder that we are here every week with a new episode just for you.
See you then.